What are you most concerned about in the world at the moment? What does actually keep you up at night?
What frightens me the most is that the US government over the last, well, really over the last 50 years or 55 years, has so inflated its military budget that what we spend on the Pentagon is now more than the next 8 largest countries combined, right? Donald Trump right now spends a trillion dollars a year on the Pentagon budget. He's asking for next year to be $1.5 trillion. We can't afford it. Our interest on the national debt is now the 3rd largest expenditure in government between the Pentagon and Social Security, and then the interest on the debt.
And why does this bother you?
Because we're going bankrupt. And all the while, the Chinese are letting us spend ourselves into oblivion. The Chinese don't spend that kind of money. How come I can't have a bullet train that goes 400 miles an hour? How come I can't get to Chicago in 3 hours by train? You know? How come the airports in my country look like and you go to Chinese airports and they're pristine with like the most amazing services and the best restaurants? How come Chinese roads don't have potholes? And in my town, it's like driving across Bosnia. It's because they decided not to spend their money on weapons. They spend it on infrastructure.
Do you think that's likely that the US could go bankrupt effectively?
I do. Yeah, I do. We can't keep up this pace. It's not possible. We're gonna have to raise taxes and cut the budget.
What's the most important thing that we didn't talk about that we should have talked about, John?
Ooh, that's a good question. One of the most important things in my life, to tell you the truth, is the issue of ethics. I love this country more than anything else in the world, and I want it to do the right thing. We're a country of laws, and we have to obey our laws, which is why I blew the whistle on the torture program.
Who's not obeying the laws?
Our government.
In what way?
We've gotten to the point, and it started around the year 2000 or 2001. We got to the point where if we want to do something, we just do it.
Like what?
In 1946, we passed something called the Federal Torture Act, which banned torture. Okay? Also in 1946, we executed Japanese soldiers who waterboarded American prisoners of war. That was a death penalty offense to waterboard someone. All right? In 1968, on January the 11th, 1968, the Washington Post ran a front page photograph of an American soldier waterboarding a North Vietnamese prisoner. When the picture ran, the Secretary of Defense, Robert McNamara, ordered an immediate investigation. That soldier was arrested, he was charged with torture, and he was sentenced to 20 years of hard labor at Leavenworth. And then in 2002, it's legal. We can do it. We can do it because we're the good guys. The law never changed. We changed. And my point was always, either we're going to be the good guys or we're not. Either we're going to be what Ronald Reagan called a shining city on a hill, or we're not. When I was stationed in Bahrain, I was the human rights officer. So I had to write the human rights report every year that we sent to Congress. Well, imagine if John goes in to see the Minister of Interior and I say, Your Highness, you cannot pick up a 15-year-old kid for marching in a peaceful pro-democracy demonstration and then murder him, beat him to death in the police station and call his parents to come and pick up the body. You can't do that. I have to report that to Congress, and you're going to lose your rights to buy American military hardware. But then the CIA station chief goes in an hour later and says, don't pay any attention to the human rights guy. I'll give you $10 million. If you set up a secret prison here, we're going to send you some prisoners. You torture them, and then you give us a write-up of everything they say during torture. Who's he going to listen to? Is he going to listen to me?
Did that happen?
Yes. He's not going to listen to me. If all of a sudden torture is legal just because we say it is, and then Congress is like, oh, we don't know anything because it's a secret program, so we can't talk about it.
Do we still torture people?
No. I am very proud to say that when the McCain-Feinstein Anti-Torture Amendment was passed into law in December of 2014, John McCain got up on the floor of the Senate and said it was because of me, because of my revelations. He said, if I had not told the American people that the CIA was torturing prisoners in their name, we would never have known. That's why I say it was worth it.